Ah, Unis, you certainly didn't go dead, but you went alive. This statement addressed to the late King Unis of the 6th dynasty is a prelude to the contents of this book, Funeral Rituals in Ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians, loving life very much, tried to continue it after death. To fulfill this hope, they subtly and logically exploited the concepts of religion and magic based essentially on the myth of Osiris' bloody death and rebirth united with the sun, the principle of light and life on earth and in the afterlife. Religion and magic arose from the careful observation of nature and its intrinsic forces that are not visible, but can be understood by attentive and receptive souls. The prehistoric cultures of the Nile Valley laid the foundations for a belief in the continuation of life after death, creating a legacy that was developed and shaped by the needs of the country's historical and cultural changes, while remaining certain characteristics of phenomenology. The historical and cultural memory accompanied the problem of death during the historical arc of Egypt, providing a series of religious speculations of the myths expressed in written and oral canons that characterized the preparation for the journey into the mysterious world of the other life. We then realize that the origin of the mechanism of death and rebirth of the human being starts from the death and rebirth of the gods, from the animation of their painted or plastic images, receptacles of their heavenly power and strength on earth. The myth of Osiris bequeaths the concept of preserving the corpse in the form of incorruptible matter by mummification process accompanied by the protection of magic, understood as a natural force existing since creation. The incorruptible corpse is thus made noble, and must be vitalized in its organs. It is necessary to give it life and energy to put it back in harmony with its ka, its ba and its ak. The animation, the breath of life given to the divine statues is also transferred to the mummy, which is also a statue, a simulacrum, of the living era. We thus have the ritual of the opening of the mouth, naturally connected also to the mysteries of Osiris. This gear that becomes more and more complex with the passage of time, especially in the late epoch and under Roman domination, has its place in a tomb, an image of the house of the living, equipped with figurative presences and writings animated magically and eternally by the voice just, appropriate, of the ritualist priest, and specialized in the pronunciation of the ethereal vibrations present in the images and in the hieroglyphic writing, which however is image. We could be perplexed before these testimonies of a millenary culture like that of the people of ancient Egypt, but we should not forget that it was precisely this civilization, with its strengths and weaknesses, that left a culture of thought that influenced the Greeks, and whose filaments came and settled in the Roman Empire, with echoes in Christian culture. The reader who will have the good fortune to read the pages of this book should for a moment abandon today's mentality and let himself go to that of ancient Egypt, accepting the way of understanding the life of this people as news and cultural, and spiritual, enrichment. And his legacy. The hieroglyphic texts are performed with the J-Sesh software provided free online by Serge Rosmordic. I have not reported the transliteration of the documents, except in some cases, preferring only their translation for practical reasons of the reader, apart from the explanatory notes, the excursus and the annexes. Happy travels in the rituals of ancient Egypt.